there's not much to say about how heartbroken we all are that his two little boys don't get more time with the guy who Jimmy was, the dad who Jimmy was. Before he died, we spent a little time down in Nantucket. He and Kristen and Bo came over, and our kids weren't sleeping. We were just kind of a little stressed around our house, and he came in and watching him as a dad and watching him with my son actually, it gave me a little bit of a check. It gave me a lot more energy, a little wind in my sails that, no matter what's going on, he found a way to be positive, and he was so full of life. My kid absolutely adored him. He was out in the yard hitting golf balls. He was in the little kiddie pool with the kids, and playing catch and doing silly dances. It's a lesson that now that he's gone, I've thought about every day since, about how I can approach being a dad. How I approached, we have children the exact same age. I mean, they were born just months apart, both of them. How I approach my interactions with my kids is up to me. And I think about him every day when I go to see my kids in the morning and when I put them down at night, that it's up to me how those kids are going to remember me. Hopefully when I'm gone in 50 years from now.
100 years.
100 years, maybe not.
Yeah. Bring me back to what it was like to meet a young brother from Boston, and just like your first impressions of Jimmy and what he meant on you.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy was a bit younger than I, almost 10 years, and so I actually met him, I think, for the first time with you on Las Olas, maybe the Elbow Room or the place next door upstairs, the Elbow Room with those nice fire pits going. And I think Kristen was down that weekend, and maybe a couple of his sisters. And I mean, we caught on like we were old friends, because that's just how Jimmy was. I think we probably stayed up way too late because both Florida and you do that to people.
Try playing hockey there.
Well said.
But Jimmy was a larger than life character. I knew who he was, as a hockey fan. I didn't play hockey, but certainly a hockey fan, and a friend of yours, and a friend of some other guys from Boston who had played hockey along the way. And Jimmy lived up to every bit of what I thought he was. He was funny. He was kind. He was empathetic. He was, he was in love with rap music and flat brim hats and all the cool stuff city kids are in love with. So I was easy to fall in love with Jimmy. It was like meeting a long lost friend from home.
And I look back at the Pearl Jam show at Fenway, where I don't know how many fucking people we had in the suite. We had the suite gave us 14 tickets. We put 44 people in there, and Hazy was one
at one point.
And Hazy was one of them. And God bless that night in Boston, Eddie Vedder fucking singing his lungs off, and us being there, Frosty, Moods, Obi, Thor, Loops, the fucking Beast, Maddie, you, Hazy. I mean, I those are the moments I look back now and I go, I'm glad I'm integrated into this Boston community. You guys are soulful people. You care about everyone. You treat each other like your family. And fuck, man, you're big sexy. You're the man, buddy. We love you around this house, guys, too.
Yeah.
The last thing I'll say about being from Boston is people don't just love you because you play sport. You got to earn it. And Jimmy earned every accolade and all of the love that's been shown to that family for the last week, and hopefully we'll keep going because he earned it every day. He was just the nicest guy. He was so kind to people.
You made a big impression on him, Big Sexy, like you do on everyone, like you've done on my girlfriend that met you for 2 weekends that still talks about you. But the one funny thing was we had the Aura Rings, who's one of our sponsors who Updog hooked up, and Broadway was all fired up to get the Aura Ring. He's like, I've been taking care of myself. I've been working out. And then you guys were in Nantucket that weekend. So I knew the podcast was coming up, and I knew so I'm like, Big Broadway, how's those Aura Rings numbers this week? He's like, not very good when you're at Nantucket with Big Sexy. I'm like, I know, the big boy can take it out of anyone. Don't worry, buddy.